On Thursday of last week, we did 4.2 assignment. Now, that means from last week, that's 2 assignments from last week. So if you haven't turned in 4.1 and 4.2, you'll have some time to finish that today after we do the 4.3 notes, okay? Now, the warm-up is like from 4.2. We said that if you have coefficients, you multiply them. No coefficient is a 1, so we already said that the coefficient is a 4. Okay, and then what do we do with the powers? Add them up. 7 plus negative 5 is like 7 minus 5. We said that was 2. And then for our y's, we have negative 3 plus negative 6. Negative 3 plus negative 6 is negative 9. So if you had something else besides negative 9, right, you should write that down. Now, can we have a negative power? Do y'all remember this from earlier last week? We cannot have a negative power. So that goes to the bottom of the fraction. That was our rule. So you kind of think of it as a fraction bar, and this goes below. Has everyone understood that from last week? No negative powers, they go to the bottom, okay? When it goes to the bottom, it turns to a positive power. So the 4x squared stays on top, but on the bottom is going to be what? Y to the 9. The negative goes away when it goes to the bottom. Okay, so just y to the 9th power. Okay. Number 2, if the bases are the same, that's still a base of 3. Okay, that is not a coefficient 3. It's the base of the exponent. So the 3 stays the same. And what do I do with these powers? Add them up. 7 plus 3 plus 5 is 15. You could give me that answer as a number, but that's fine right there. Okay, now, let's be honest. This looks a little bit crazy, but we can do it step by step, bit by bit. So 5 over 15. First you think of dividing the coefficients. What is 5 divided by 15 reduced to? Not 3, but 1 over 3, right? So, and the calculator will help you. 5 over 15, 1 over 3, right? So, 1 over 3. Now, when we divide, what do I do with the powers, the exponents? Top minus bottom. Please be careful. I made this one tricky on purpose. So, who thinks it can't be tricked? Oh, that's good. So, hopefully you didn't get tricked. Let's check it out. The top is negative 9, and then it's minus 3. What's negative 9 minus 3? Negative 12. Okay, so my x will be to the power of negative 12. Now for the y's, again, top minus bottom. So it's going to be 12 minus 9, third power, y to the third power. All right, now here's the trickiest trick that I could trick you with. Ready? Negative 3 minus negative 5. Positive 2. Y'all agree? Negative 3 minus negative 5? Now, if you are not sure, please, by all means, use the powerful tool in your hand. Negative 3 minus negative 5 is definitely 2, okay? So this will be z squared. What do I need to do with this? Put what to the bottom? Right, the one with the negative power, right? So the x to the negative 12 is going to go down to the bottom and become a positive 12, right? Everyone with me? Phone people? So, now, do you have to write that 1 out front? It's implied. You don't have to. So it's really just y cubed z squared over, that 3 is still on the bottom, and then x to the negative 12 goes down. Okay? Becomes x to the positive 12. Okay? So, we're going to do 4.3 notes. It's going to be short and sweet. And then you'll have some time, not to waste, but to finish 4.1 and 4.2, or do some extended practice. So let me pass this out real quick. Go. Let's talk about 4.3 notes. Okay, so these are the last two properties. You kind of already touched on them, so this should be real quick. This can be real quick. Let's just stay focused. Now, first things first, zero exponent. Do y'all know what a zero exponent does to a number? Not negative. Not zero. It's actually right here. 1. Makes it a 1. So check it out. Every zero exponent makes it equal to 1, except zero to the zero is the only thing that will not give you 1. 0 to the 0 is nonsense because it's nothing to the power of nothing. Okay? Which is a whole lot of nothing. All right? Now, so everyone wrote that down? So B could be any number, any letter, anything in the world. As long as it's to the 0 power, it turns into the number 1. So here's some examples. Okay? X to the 0 power is 1. Okay? Try another one. 3 to the 0 power is 1. The answer is always 1. Okay, I could put the picture of my face right there to the 0 power, and it would still be 1. Okay? Now, are you laughing? All right, so check it out. What if you have a negative exponent? Now, we learned negative exponent brings it to the bottom, right? So let's write this down. If you have a negative exponent, it's a reciprocate of the base. Reciprocate. Do you remember what a reciprocal is? When you take a fraction and you flip it. So basically, a negative exponent is going to go to the flip side of a fraction. Basically flip, okay? We can write that word over here. Flip. Just remember, when you flip it to the other side, the negative goes away. Flip, like quotation marks. Sorry. Either way, okay? Y'all with me over here? Sorry, it's not an equal sign. It's supposed to be a quotation mark. Quotation mark. Flip. There. Now I have everyone focusing. Everybody focusing. Now, here's some examples. If I have x to the negative 2, we already know that brings it down, right? X to the negative 2 brings it down to the bottom of a fraction. Now, if there's nothing left on top, what number should I put there? 1, okay? So if x to the negative 2 is underneath the number 1 as a positive 2, okay? No, I'm just saying x to the negative 2 power equals 1 over x squared. Like that's good. Now here's something new. Ready? What if you have a negative exponent on the bottom? So 1 over x to the negative 2. Well, it's already on the bottom, so guess where it's going to go? To the top, because it's reciprocal. It's going to flip to the other side of the fraction bar. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a negative on the bottom, it's going to go to the top and become x squared over 1. Okay? Again, negative power brings it across the fraction bar. So it can go from top to bottom. It can also go from bottom to top. Either way. Now, it should not take us too long to do these. Okay? Because didn't we just learn what 0 power equals? What does a 0 power equal? 1. So look at number 1. 25 to the 0 power is? Is it 1? It is 1. Does everyone understand? 0. Well, let's see. Number 2, 5x, all of that to the 0 power. What do you think it is? it's just 1. You can have multiple things in the parentheses as long as it goes to 0, it's 1. What if you're dividing? Number 3, x and y are in the parentheses. To the 0 power is still, 1. Now, number 4 is not 1, so don't say it. Dang it. You rule breaker. Now, remember, -1 power brings it across the fraction bar, right? So let's draw the fraction bar. So this is going to bring it down. And what's going to be left on top? No. 25 is going down, so what's going to be left on top? Just a 1. Okay. So on top is a 1. On the bottom is now going to be 25. Now you could put power of +1, but that is the same thing as just 25. Okay. So when you bring it to the bottom, it's underneath the number 1. Okay. Now number 5 and 6. What if you have a whole fraction to the -1? What did we say happens over here? Flips it. Okay. So -1 is going to flip that fraction. Cool? Is everyone with me? Hey, everyone's heads up. Okay. New stuff. You with me? Hold on. So let's flip this fraction. 1/10 to the -1. Flips it over that. So it's going to be 10/1, which is just 10. Okay? Again, a fraction, all to the -1, flips the whole thing over. Okay? So, what do you think about this one, number 6? What am I going to do that fraction? What do you think? Okay, well, literally, you want to write this down? We just said if you have a fraction, it's going to flip it around. So we're going to flip it around, okay? Yeah, x/3. You could say 1/3 x. Either way. All right, 7a9. Now, on 7, only the top has a -1. So we're not flipping everything, but the top is going to have to do what? Go to the bottom. The 7 stays on the bottom, though, okay? There's nothing left on top, so what do I write on top? 1. And then I'm going to have 7 on the bottom, and then that's going to be an x. X to the 1 power on the bottom. Number 8. On number 8, the top and the bottom have -1. So what do we do with them? Both of them flip. Top goes to bottom. Bottom goes to top. So what's it going to be? So the -1s go away when it goes to the bottom. The negative goes away. Goes to the top. The -1 goes away. So now it's just going to be x/5. Again, you could put a +1 power, but you don't need to. It's implied. Okay, last part. If the bottom is -1, that brings it to the top. Okay? Does everyone hear me say that? If you have a -1 on bottom, it brings it to the top. So now it's just 6xy. And that's it. You could put over 1 if you want to, but that's good. Now, real quick. What do I need from you from last week? 4.1 and 4.2. Right now, you have some time to finish those up. If you're done with everything, then I want you to try the practice problems on the back. But this assignment, you will not get till tomorrow, okay? This is just additional practice, okay? Let's do that.